do work in the NHS, yes.
How does this manifest itself? What have you experienced?
So people are on PIP already and they're scared they're going to get taken off it because they've been diagnosed as, better and they've recovered because of anxiety and depression. And I've actually been threatened personally because they say, do not put that in my record because I want to stay on PIP. Or the social worker gets involved to sign them off. There's a lot of people involved in taking a diagnosis away, which we're not talking about, i.e. somebody is now healthy, recovered, fit for work. But the problem is we're getting into a dependency culture where people are using it now to stay on PIP. And this has got to change. And there are ways of doing this. We could get more CBT in the community.
That's can you explain what CBT is for people who might not know?
Cognitive behavioural therapy.
Yep.
We can have more social groups. We need to put it back in the community. The problem is this is bed blocking. So if we've got somebody who's refusing to leave the hospital, that is a bed we cannot use, and it costs a lot of money because you've got social workers involved, you've got nurses involved. And ultimately, there's somebody in A&E who needs that bed.
Yeah, I mean, there's another conversation that's happening this morning. Jeremy touched on it as well, people going to A&E and, of course, using up a bed that perhaps other people will need. So in your view, Fiona, what do you think we need to be doing? Fiona, are you still with us?
I am sorry, I lost you a little bit there.
In your view, what do you think needs to change? I mean, Marvin was talking about a system that sort of doesn't quite work. I mean, it doesn't sound right that people actively want to stay on personal independence payments and don't want to get better and be able to go out there and get a job. But for some people, that's not going to be the reality. So what do you think needs to change?
I think there needs to be tougher rules on what is classed as an access to PIP. So, for example, anxiety and depression, everybody in their lifetime will experience anxiety and depression. There's no getting away from it. It's life. The concern I have from a medical point of view is if you've got suicidal ideation. Now, that's a red flag for me. But there are people on PIP who just have normal anxiety and depression, which can be medically treated, and it is a period in their lives which, with support, they can get through. They don't need to be on a benefit. In fact, working helps. It gives you structure. It gives you something to get up for in the morning. You're getting paid. You're not dependent on the state. You can have a better lifestyle in most cases. But for some people, I feel it is just a way of remaining on benefit.